All right.
Give it a second.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go. One, two, three. We're live. Wonder Bar. So, this is fantastic. So, where do we, how do I see how many people are on here? Oh, well, we've already got 10 people on.
It should
Okay.
show you concurrent.
Awesome. All right. Wow. Lauren, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I love your shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Very festive and in the mood.
Yeah, it's fuzzy on the bottom and then glitter on the top. I saw it at a
Love it.
craft store. I had to have it.
Yeah.
So, wow, this is great. We're finally getting together. So I've been looking forward to this for quite a while.
Me too.
I saw Lauren on Lights Out, and I tell you, I was so amazed. Oh, I hear some reef bird. Okay, I think we're okay. But yeah, I watched her on Lights Out, and it was really cool. Oh, so
Yeah.
we're gonna get started. So yeah, how did you realize that you were psychic, and when did it become clear that it was your calling?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey everybody. Thank you for allowing me to be on your channel. I know guests are always kind of like, what, who is this person? But I'm glad you saw me on Lights Out. It was like a paranormal podcast and they invited me on to talk about, me being psychic, and I talk a lot about like psychic abilities. And so how I found out I was psychic, I love kind of telling my story because it's not one that you normally hear. Like when you see psychics, it's usually like some like, oh, well, I've been this way since I was a kid, or
Hmm.
I had some sort of near-death experience. But I actually just lost a ton of family members, relatives, a dog, like all right in the same amount of time. And so naturally I was just questioning. I was like, what, are they still around? Are they alive? Are they alive? And so I went and saw a psychic. I actually saw an animal communicator, and she told me that I was psychic, and I was like, what, how do you know that? But she told me a lot of things that I knew, or a lot of things that she didn't know that I knew, and kind of showed me the path towards like, hey, this is a skill that everybody can learn, and you can learn it too. It's just like a muscle, and it's something that you strengthen and develop over time. And so that's basically what I did. Is I just went out and sought courses, and I was really lucky to have a lot of courses in person where I'm living, and I've had a lot of amazing teachers, and I just took a bunch of classes, and I practiced and I practiced, and I just slowly got better and better. And now I've basically been doing this for like 11 years now. And so
Wow.
it's not some amazing lightning bolt story, but I feel like it's a story that represents a lot of people
Yeah.
who just purely, they want to learn because they want to learn, and they do it, and now they're good at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe repetition is the game too, because I did the
Mhm.
same. I fancied a tarot card reader, and forget what her name was. But anyway, I bought all of her courses, and I did it 8 times. So
You said that.
yeah, I locked myself in my room after I was done work every night, and I taught myself. At first, I was so confused. I would get cards confused with the others, and I would think the Hierophant was the world, and I was all over the place. Or Hierophant High
Understandable.
Priestess, all confused. And then I kind of, it's almost like tarot's like a story.
Yeah.
It's it's for me when I see all of it, I see a story. I'm sure you feel the same way. When
Yeah.
you're looking at your cards, and some people are like, I just see cards.
Exactly.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
They're like, how do you do that? And I'm like, well, it's a little bit of memorization, but it's mostly like understanding the symbolism in the story. But yeah. And I think it's so cool that you locked yourself in your room and practice, because I feel like there's a lot of readers out there that read the books, but they don't actually do the work. So I think that's
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah. Oh, and I was obsessed watching YouTube channels. Like, for me, I
Mhm.
wanted to get answers. So I went online and found YouTube channels of tarot readers. So I was
Yeah.
obsessed. I was watching them all the time. They were resonating. I was like, this is so cool. And then I thought, I can do this. Like, why can't I do this? So I did it.
Exactly.
And I think anything in life you want to do, you can do that. Okay, well,
Absolutely.
let's get to the next question. So,
Yeah.
you say psychic abilities are a skill and not a gift. What do people misunderstand about that?
Yeah. I mean, usually they think that, oh, because I didn't have some crazy experience, or, because I'm not, haven't been psychic up until this point, that I can't be. And I think a lot of people don't understand that like intuition and being psychic are the same thing. Like intuition is like that gut hunch when you just like have a feeling like somebody's gonna call you, or you are walking through the store and you just have a feeling that the place you need to go is like over here. I know that's like very basic examples, but I think a lot of people don't realize how often they use their intuition and they just don't know what it is or what it's called. But once I start to kind of like teach them, hey, this is what that is, and this is, your mind and your thoughts versus intuition, they start to realize, oh, I've actually had like a lot of experiences, and I've never met anybody that's been like, nope, I haven't had any experiences. It's all just a coincidence. Like I even have a couple atheists that have turned into more spiritual people because they've recognized like their psychic ability in my group. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yes, yeah. See, I was baptized Catholic, but I consider myself an atheist.
You do. Nice.
Well, I didn't baptize my kids. I'm like, that's a choice. I feel if you're
Yeah.
more spiritual, then you can choose to be whatever you want to be. It's your choice. It's your life. You do what you want with it. Right, right. And I agree. It's not a gift. I believe everybody has it too, because I wouldn't have been able to tap into what I can tap into. And it was just a lot of repetition, a lot of
Yes.
connecting and realizing and, connecting the dots, I guess, more than anything,
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it almost starts to make sense. It's like you're watching the Matrix go by and you can read it.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. I think it's just like riding a bike. Everyone can learn how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
Some people might be kind of crappy at it at first, but
Yeah.
eventually you're all going to get to figuring it out, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Okay, well, what are the most common blocks that people face when they're trying to develop their intuition?
Well, and I mentioned this before, pretty commonly it's like not understanding, well, what's psychic versus what's me. A lot of it is just not believing that your psychic ability works. I always say like confidence is literally like 90% of it. If you start to believe that it will work, it will start to work. But then a lot of it I feel like is just like people not understanding the steps to take, or like, they'll find a lot of like books or a lot of theory or a lot of stories from other people, but they're like, how do I actually do it? Like what, give me 1, 2, 3. And so I find that a lot of people are just blocked because they don't know where to start. And as soon as they have that structure, they kind of know what to do. Because I call this like blocks to your psychic ability. There's always something kind of in your way, and it's about removing those blocks. But once you do, then it's about strengthening those abilities, and from there it's just practice and understanding like, well, what clair is like my strongest, and that's like how you receive, do you see things, do you hear things, and so it's like once you have the verbiage and language of all of this, I feel like that's a lot of the blocks. But I mean, there's so many blocks, but a lot of them also can be like just self-limiting beliefs. And, maybe you saw something on TV about what psychics are, what spirits are, and then you get it in your head that they have to be this way, or you have to experience, ghosts by seeing them. And then you're like, oh, well, I can't see ghosts, so therefore I'm not psychic. And that's usually not true. It's experienced in a lot of different ways, but there's all sorts of blocks. Everyone's got their own, but there's a lot of pretty common ones. And I feel like it just comes down to like, what is it that is in your way of allowing that information to come in, and how do we get rid of it? And so that's kind of like one of the things that I help with.
So when you connect with energies and with people who've passed, do you see them, or do you just feel their energies?
Yeah,
and they
well, it's a
speak to
little
you?
bit of everything at this point. When I first started, I just felt them and I saw them, and it really freaked me out. And so I kind of like
Yeah.
shut down my ability to see, which is clairvoyance. But then I started to kind of strengthen it again when I stopped being as afraid. But now I mostly see and I hear. But some people only feel. Sometimes you actually pick up taste or smells. Like, when your family member is nearby and all of a sudden you smell like grandpa's cigar smoke, and he's been dead for like 20 years. It's like that's also another way you receive. It's just think about like the clairs being an extension of your 5 senses, and each one is just the same. See, touch, taste, hear, smell. I always repeat them, but
It's crazy you say that, because I remember moments in time where I could smell something and I'm like, where's that coming from? Where is that? And then it's gone. And it only lasted like a couple seconds, you know? And
Yeah.
like cigarette smoke, I could smell it the one day too. There was like nobody around me. And then it was
Yeah.
gone. I
Yep.
swear it was my mother-in-law. She was a chimney smoker.
Yeah, that's called clairalience. It's psychic smelling. So whenever
Yeah.
my guides want to talk to me about my dad, I will smell insulin because he's diabetic, and I will just like get that whiff, and I know, okay, we're talking about him because I obviously don't
Yeah.
have any insulin in my house, but yeah,
Yeah. Well, my cats are on it. I know what that smells like. Yeah.
yep. It's
Yeah.
very particular.
Yes, very much so. Okay, well, for people who watch tarot and readings, what can they do to start strengthening their own intuition?
Well, this is the one you're gonna hate. You're all gonna hate this, but I'm gonna say to put down the cards, to put down the cards, because they can often become a crutch. Don't get me wrong, I've got like 800 of them behind me, but when you're reading, a lot of it is understanding, well, what's my own psychic ability. And when we use those cards and are trying to like pick up messages, and you're kind of shutting out what you're receiving from spirit, you're kind of turning off your psychic ability. And I know it's tough, but putting down the cards is one step. If you want to like not go as far, you could also just like try to guess what's on your cards before you actually read them. So like, face down, I'm going to pull one and I'm just going to tune into the one that's like on top. And I'm going to say, okay, guides, give me any sort of imagery, smells, taste, touches that are on this card. I'm seeing blue, and I was totally wrong. There's all black, but that's kind of how you do it.
Okay.
And then you can see what came up, and if you're like right. So that's kind of like an in-between exercise. There's a lot more steps I would give, but I want to save your time and not blab about it forever. But I would try to essentially lean on your intuition a little bit more, learn those exercises, and not rely so much on the cards. Bring your intuition in to add more meaning to cards. I'm sure you probably do that with your readings, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I do now, but in the beginning when I was learning, it would tell me to bring my cards everywhere I go. So I had them in my purse, I had them under my pillow, I had them on my nightstand. I was like, I had like this little tin deck, and it was the Rider-Waite Tarot, and I just carried around everywhere I went. And I mean, I didn't read it or do anything with it. I carried it around with me, and I knew it was with me, and that kind of gave me the energy of the cards. I don't know. It was interesting, but it's funny that you say put the cards down. Yeah. And
people don't like it.
well, people learn all in different ways too, People whatever method you find that works for you can work differently for someone else, right? Because we all have different perspectives, different way of learning, and we all take in information in different ways, right? So, yeah, for me, I was a little obsessive with the cards, but then for me, it was connecting all the surrounding energies, It's like it's not all about one card for me. I know I see some readers where they'll read like for 20 minutes off one card, and I don't get all those messages off of one card. I mean, I probably could if I tapped in a different way. But how about you?
Yeah, I mean, I do my monthly tarot reading, kind of like pick a card style, and I don't know, sometimes I'll need to pull like 20 cards because I'm just I'm having a hard time. And then other times I'll be able to just pull 3 cards, and then it's like kind of like a jump start. And then my spirit guides will just be in my ear, and then I'll just be talking and talking and talking and talking.
Yeah.
And so it's that hearing and that seeing that I'll like bring to add on to it. And hopefully you'll kind of get a sense of that tonight when we jump into like our readings. But yeah.
Yeah, well, that's going to be the cool part of it. Okay. Well, we're getting to know each other right now. Well, my audience getting to know both of us, kind of, sort of. So, what inspired you to create the Psychic Development Society, and who's it best suited for?
Yeah, so the Psychic Development Society is just a community that I run, and it's basically a place for, all of the courses, the psychic development courses that I teach. Is a place for people to come and like, post and be like, am I crazy here? I had this dream, I had this reading, like, please tell me I'm sane. And so I kind of created it after many years of coaching students and kind of figuring out what they needed. Because I used to be on Patreon. I used to have like a YouTube, what is the community on YouTube, the subscription, I can't remember what they're called. But I had it all, and I did a lot of tweaking, and I realized that what a lot of people need is they need, yes, like the course is the information, but then they need to practice long term. It's not something that develops overnight. And so I was like, okay, we need like a monthly thing where I'm giving you challenges, where I'm giving you like new information, I'm bringing in guests and forcing my students to practice a lot. So we like get on and like practice every month, and there's like coaching calls and stuff. So essentially I wanted to create a space that supported that long-term development and didn't just, it wasn't just like, here's my course, bye, hopefully you're psychic now. So it's really suited for anybody that's kind of looking to develop their abilities but doesn't want to do it alone.
Yeah. I was just picturing this analogy while you were speaking about like skipping rope. You can learn to skip rope, but then you can learn how to, double dutch, and you can learn how to do all these tricks, and you can learn how to be unique, and you can learn how to just throw other things in, which is kind of like this, kind of like anything in life, you can be plain Jane, or you can, put a little skip in your step,
Absolutely.
Pun intended. Yeah. So it's like, I like that. So, and what do you wish more people understood about psychic development?
That's a good question. How easy it can be, I think, there's a lot of things I want people to know, but I think that a lot of people think, oh, well, I've got to jump in and it's going to be like a 10-month, 12-month process. And whenever I do my coaching calls with people, not every time, but sometimes what I'll do is I'll put them on the spot and I'll make them read me right in my coaching call. And I'll be like, okay, pick something up on me right now. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, do it, don't worry. It's okay. And almost 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, honestly, they pick up something about me, like about my day, about like whatever question I asked, and they're right. And I'm always like, see how easy it is. You just have to kind of understand the general mechanics of it, yes, and understand where you're blocked. But then after that, it's like it's just you that's in your own way of like, okay, I gotta show up and I gotta practice.
Be open-minded, right?
Yes,
because when you're negative and you're throwing it. And also, like, when you and I were talking earlier, how it's considered black magic, that in itself, that kind of gives, tarot a bad name. People are just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to bring out bad spirits and I'm going to be like cursed and I'm going to be like, no, you're not. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. No, that's such an important part too, is like, feeling protected, knowing you're safe. I know at the beginning it feels like you're going to invite everything in, and sometimes you do, but other times, most of the time you learn how to kind of like protect yourself and put up those boundaries and not let it happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And for someone who feels called to develop their intuition but doesn't know where to start, what's the very first step that you recommend?
Yeah, I know you sent me these questions ahead of time, but I didn't I'm like kind of winging it right now because I wanted to be more genuine. And I think that there's so many places to start, but honestly, not to boost myself up, but I have a ton of free resources. There's my YouTube channel, it's there. I have a start here playlist, but I feel like go where you feel called is what I always tell people. If you're drawn to tarot, go for it. If you're drawn to doing pendulum work or rods, or I know I preach about don't use a whole lot of tools, but at the same time I'm I would much rather you start to get a sense of what your psychic ability feels like if you feel I just need to go to this class, or I need to figure out who my spirit guides are and I need to go see a psychic. Like, just go where you're called and don't stop that discovery process. But if you want like a little bit more of a step-by-step, I always say start with your boundaries, understand how to set energetic boundaries, understand how to remove blocks too, so that like psychic information can come to you. And then 3 is kind of like what are my clairs? Like, how do I receive information so that when I am ready and I am clear, how is that going to show up and what's that going to look like? So that's where I always recommend my students like get those basic foundations. And then from there, like you said, it's just kind of like adding double dutch or like adding other little tools to your toolkit.
Yeah. Spicing it up.
Yeah.
Okay. And my last question right now is what you doing right now?
Yeah, I am doing lots as always, but right now, today actually, I launched a trip to Ireland. I know you saw that, but I am really excited to share. I know that a lot of people here are probably new to me, but I'm doing my first ever like retreat where I'm taking people somewhere else overseas. I'm in the US, by the way, and we are going to go over to Ireland and basically have a trip where we are going to help everybody kind of open up their intuition, and it's going to be a little bit of history, a little bit of spirituality, and I'm really excited about that trip. And if anyone's interested, you're welcome to pick my brain, message me about it, and I'm happy to send more info. If you see my socials, it's everywhere. So I'm really excited.
I saw your short, your post, your video. I watched them all. I
decided to launch it today, which was kind of hectic, but we're good. I'm very excited to host people. So
that's exciting.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we're gonna get to answer a couple of my questions.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. Sounds good to me.
Grab my cards here too.
Okay.
Ask away. Tell me any background you feel like is relevant, or if you'd rather me go in blind also, I'll leave that up to you.
Well, it's my mother-in-law, Rose, that I want to know about.
Okay.
She passed away on October 10th of 2020, so every time I see 1010, I feel like she's saying hello to me. And we had a really, really close relationship, but in the end, it was... I know she had lung cancer, and she didn't want to tell any of us, but I knew she had it. And I'm just wondering if I was right, and if she did, and she just didn't want to burden all of us. And she was like addicted to Diet Pepsi. Okay, I'm addicted to Coke Zero, so I'm no better. But anyway, I used to deliver to her all the time, and then in the end, we realized that she had so much expired pop in her closet that she was just wanted us to come over, and it was an excuse to get us there. But it was during COVID, right? And she was so sick, and then she, my husband was talking to her on the phone, and she wasn't making any sense, and he thought maybe she had a little too much edibles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I believe she was having a stroke, because the next day, her boyfriend went to work, and then he came back, and she was making no sense at all, and she was like that like the whole day by herself, and he felt terrible. And I stopped bringing her pop for a while because I was just getting really irritated, because it was like, every other day she was asking me to go do that. And so I was kind of annoyed with her near the end, and I kind of felt like I was being a little cold and a little harsh. She was my mother-in-law for 25 years, so I feel really connected to her. So I'm curious on what you got.
Mother-in-law, and what was her name again?
Rose.
Yeah. I'm just kind of like jotting my self notes. Okay, cool. I already kind of feel like I'm pulling her in, but just to kind of get out of like, that's something I didn't do on Lights Out, as I didn't fully like get out of talking mode and into reading mode. So I'm just gonna set a real quick intention here.
Okay.
So I can get into that headspace.
Sounds good.
You're welcome to do the same. I'm just gonna invite both of us to take just one deep breath in, and I'm just going to set the intention that I am inviting in Rose. I'm inviting in anyone else that wants to help Rose to speak. Only talking to spirits of our highest and best good. Forming a protective bubble. around you and me. I can feel everyone else's eyes watching. It's like not like a normal reading, which I do right here, where I can feel just like your energy and my energy, but I can feel everybody else. So just setting the intention. We're not reading anybody else's family members. We're just reading Rose. Okay. Because I feel like she's like over my shoulder, like really close, and I want to be like, give me some space.
Oh yeah, that's her. She's clingy.
Yeah, like very, very touchy.
Yeah, very touchy. Yep.
And I'm just going off of like normally what I like to do is just kind of start and make sure that I've got the right person, and kind of like identify her personality. And for some reason, she keeps showing me like plaid and like lawn chairs, and I feel like was she like somebody who really enjoyed like sitting and going to like parks or being outside a lot?
That was the last time I spent time with her.
Was it? Okay.
We were at a park bench and a picnic table she was at, and I was on a chair, and she loved wearing plaid. Everybody in that family wears plaid. And
Jeez, okay.
yeah, and I was in a lawn chair, and the lawn chair actually broke, and I fell like sideways, and she was just
Wow.
laughing at me.
Jeez.
And yeah, that was one of the last visits that we had. Funny.
Wow. Okay. Very cool. I feel like that was crazy specific. Normally I don't get it so right away, I should say. And that's something too I should mention to everybody. Psychics can be wrong. I'm sure you say that all the time. So I'm sure I'm gonna get things wrong here and there too. But yeah, okay. Then definitely her. She validated that. Let's see. I want to ask her then about the stroke, if she had a stroke. You know, I immediately saw her shake her head no. I was gonna say like yes from your description. Although she's sending me the feeling of what happened, because I asked her like, okay, well then if it wasn't that, what happened? And I feel like I just got like zapped or shocked. And I don't know, maybe it's the stroke. I don't know too much about it myself. Maybe that's similar, but there is something sudden that absolutely happened, because it was such a night and day difference, and she's like acknowledging that for you, but not a stroke. Where I'm gonna lean into my medical intuition here. Where I'm kind of doing like a body scan of her like back then, and it feels more like nervous system. Like that's where I want to go. Like I'm seeing like neurons and nerves. I'm not a medical professional, so I don't know what that is, but it's almost like, because I keep seeing her brain as well, and it was like a zap, a shock to her system that like I feel like she was like almost hit by lightning, but she wasn't. And now she's showing me in a different way to help me understand. Like I'm seeing like the electroshock therapy. I don't think she actually had that, obviously, but it's like something similar. I don't know. Do strokes do that, or do you know?
Well, she had like about 5 nervous breakdowns, and she had a lot of mental issues. Like a lot of mental issues.
Okay. Let me just pull some cards and ask like what I'm missing.
Like I'm curious if she had cancer, because she told me they found something on the scan, and then she told me it was dirt later. And I'm like, okay, I don't think that I've never ever heard of anything like that.
Yeah. I feel like I just don't have the context for what I'm like experiencing, because it's like something like zapped in her brain, and then it's like the whole rest of her just like turned off, stopped working, didn't work as well.
I mean, that sounds like a stroke to me.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just illiterate about strokes, I guess. Yeah. But I do feel like you're definitely on to something where something happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pulling cards.
She had a lung collapse, like completely collapse. And she wasn't even complaining of pain or anything. And in the end, she had a feeding tube in and a respiratory tube. She couldn't speak. And my husband just remembers her just clenching on. And he lived with that for the last few years now. And I feel like she just didn't want to burden anybody.
Yeah. Was the hospital pretty crowded? at that time,
Well,
or was it like normal?
well, it was COVID, yeah, and I wasn't allowed to go in. I wasn't allowed to visit. We were allowed to come one at a time, and I was supposed to go see her the next day, and she passed that night.
Okay.
Well, she passed early in the morning.
Yeah. And normally when I'm trying to get something, I just kind of keep asking like show me in a different way. And this time she was like showing me like the power like you know how when your lights flicker, it's almost
Mm-hmm.
like that. And so I wonder if that could have even happened to like the machinery that she was on. Um
Maybe.
but I still feel like that's like not
She just
enough. But
spent a
it does.
lot of time alone in her room, so I don't know if she like got an electric shock from a warming blanket or something. Like that's kind of what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
no. And I
No,
mean, I don't want to scare you or make you think
no,
like it was
no,
anything like terrifying. It just
no.
feels like she's showing me where and what was affected, and I feel like it's nervous system. Because when I studied medical intuition, I had to study like all of the different like systems. Like it's not cardiovascular that's like coming up. It's like that, and it's like something
Mm-hmm.
happened, it clicked, and then I see it like zooming through her body, and then
Yeah,
just like everything is not working, everything's not connecting. It's like
yeah.
wires, it's electricity. um yeah, and I she keeps reiterating that, so I'm wondering if I'm missing something, because I'm not getting it. Was it a stroke, Rose? I don't know. I'm still getting a no.
Hmm.
Yeah, and again, I could be wrong, but
Does she not
like
want us to know? Does she still not want us to know?
think so. I don't think so. I think this is purely just like me not knowing the context of like what it could be. Um and she's trying to give it to me with symbols. Can you give it to me literally, Rose? Oh, I definitely feel like I can't breathe, and I forgot to say that earlier.
She
Like
had
I felt like she
COPD.
couldn't breathe.
She had
Okay.
COPD really bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, and I keep hearing cocktail, like it was like almost like a cocktail of a bunch of things happening, of like the breathing, the zap, like brain wise. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that was just like, I feel like that's the important part that she's trying to communicate, is that it was that moment that caused the rest of it to shut down. That was like the point at which you couldn't go back.
I'm wondering if it's
Um,
the lack of oxygen to the brain.
I keep wanting to go back to you said nervous breakdowns, because I keep wanting to like rock.
Oh my God, she would do
Um,
that all the time.
did she rock? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
intensely.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
definitely
like
I keep
intensely,
I'm having to like hold
like
myself still.
yes, she would just rock herself like a crazy. Well, that's
Yeah.
not nice
And
to
I'm
say.
getting like full body chills, so I've that's
Yeah,
usually like confirmation for me.
yeah.
Um what else, Rose? What else do you want to tell us? She just keeps showing it to me in a bunch of different ways. Like now I'm seeing like what was his name? Benjamin Franklin, who got like shocked by the the kite and the lightning. Um
Wow, that's so weird.
yeah.
I'm wondering. I wonder if she did get struck by lightning and just couldn't even like express it to
I,
him.
I Yeah, I don't think it was like, I mean, maybe like some sort of power issue with like
Mm-hmm.
the stuff she was on. Like I would say that that's the farthest I would go with it. Or it could just be internally that like maybe the lack of oxygen or something just it could have been the stroke, whatever it was, like it just turned something off in her brain. And it's the
Mm-hmm.
brain part that she's like reiterating. It's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, 'cause she was a really heavy
And this
smoker.
is
She smoked a lot of
okay.
native cigarettes, like the really bad ones, and that's why she
Oh,
would cough and cough to the point sometimes where she'd just pass out all the time. And I,
yeah, the breathing
yeah,
too.
yes, it was the breathing was so bad for her.
Yeah.
That's
I feel like
crazy.
I'm more inclined to lean towards the breathing and
Mm-hmm.
her brain as
Yeah.
being like the ultimate combination.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm curious if like anyone in the comments is like screaming, "That's a stroke," or something like that. Um, you idiot. Let's see. What was your other question for her? Get on camera.
Well, that was it. Did she think I was angry or that didn't like her when she passed? Like,
Yeah, that's
did she think I was upset with her? I wasn't,
she's
but
funny.
honestly, she's funny.
Yeah, sorry, she's cracking jokes, but you can finish.
She, she had a collection of books of jokes.
Really,
Yes, she collected
that's
them,
cool.
like
I
office
mean,
jokes.
she was saying like, oh, and I just saw her reading comics too, like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
morning comics. Yeah,
she loved those
um,
too.
I love it. Yeah, and she was saying everyone was frustrated with me, is what she was saying. But she was like laughing about it when you asked that question. It's like everyone was mad at me,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she's very much like saying, that's what I did. I pushed people away because I didn't know how to deal with
yeah.
how she's literally like showing me sandpaper on skin. Like she's like, that's how I was to other people. It's like sandpaper on skin, and
Oh,
I caused that reaction in
I feel
them.
bad she's saying that because it did kind of feel like that.
It's okay. I mean, I feel like when they pass, like a lot of what they want to say, I mean, not all the time. Sometimes they're very much still stuck in their ways, but I feel like she's coming through to just provide clarity. And she recognizes and she's seeing it as like a bubble. Like she pushed people away
Mm-hmm.
because she was
Mm-hmm.
really brash, and it was her way of keeping people from getting a little bit too close because she didn't know how to deal with that closeness. So it's like, honestly, I just heard her say par for the course when I never said
She
that.
loved to play
Par.
golf on the computer. Her and her boyfriend would play
Oh,
golf all the time on the computer. Like
that's
the video
crazy.
game, like I think it was on the PlayStation 2 or whatever. It was like every night,
Yeah,
every night they golf. So that's so her.
that's crazy. I feel like
You're
I'm
really
normally not
connecting
so
to her, yeah.
spot on.
You're scary spot on. It's kind of freaking me out. Yeah.
Let's hang up. I'm just kidding. Um, yeah, what was she saying? Par for the course of you thinking that she was annoyed with you. She's like, that's how I felt about everyone. That's how everyone felt about me. So she's
Uh-huh.
like, not surprised. She knows you were irritated, but she's like, so was everybody else. And with just reason. I think that's the ultimate point she's trying to get at, is like, it's not you, it was me, and the way I would. I feel like a very big radius. Like I don't even feel like she would allow people to get within like a certain distance of her.
No,
I
no.
can't see my hands,
And
but
her boyfriend was protecting her too because he didn't want her to get COVID. So with her condition,
oh
right?
yeah.
So she didn't have any visitors. We didn't visit her. It was terrible.
Mm,
Like we couldn't go see her. And then
yeah,
my husband only got to see her like just before she passed to say
yeah.
goodbye.
That time was
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah. Well, it was COVID, right? They would only allow one person in at a time. So
Mm,
her boyfriend went in, and then my husband went in, and then I was next, and she passed like a few hours before I was gonna go see her. So did
yeah.
she pass because she didn't want me to see her that way?
She like laughed. She's just like,
Yeah.
no,
No.
it's got nothing to do with you, and like not in
Yeah.
a mean way, but it was
Yeah. Yeah.
like her body was just done.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
just ask again.
Yeah.
Like I'm surprised she didn't go sooner, to be honest.
Really, eh?
I feel like she was trying to like last forever, because there somebody that was supposed to show up the next day too.
Yeah, that was me.
That was you. Oh, okay.
I was supposed to show up the
I
next day.
sorry, I thought you meant like same day. But yeah, she's showing me that like she was aware of it. She was aware, and she was trying to like hold on, but it was just like, I hate to say that, but I say what I get, like too painful, like
Yeah.
especially in her chest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was heavy, man.
Yeah. Well, and you know what she just told me? She just told me though that she like heard music when she crossed over though, and that was like a big comfort. I do feel like there was somebody in the room though with her that really really made it helpful
Hmm.
and made it a good transition. Even if it was just
It could be a
like a
nurse or
nurse.
doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was just somebody who really, she was very spiritual. Very
Was she?
spiritual. Well, I told you she had like an imaginary friend named Trickster. I don't know if you looked that
Oh
up
yeah,
after
yeah,
I
yeah.
told you. That,
No.
well, apparently, guys, a lot of people out there have an imaginary friend called Trickster. And they call him that, or he or she or whatever, because they're playing tricks on them all the time.
Mhm.
And it's like because she would tell me, "Oh, there, Trickster, he's at it again," and I'd be on the couch going like, "Okay, like
Mm.
she smoked too much weed, like you know." It's just like
Yeah.
and then I watched. I think it was Lights Out. I don't know. It was one of the
Yeah.
shows, and they were talking about the Trickster and how
Oh,
it's
you said that. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people see these energies. So if you're seeing anything like that, I mean, you've never
Yeah.
experienced anything like that or had anyone tell you about stuff like that that they've dealt with?
Not specifically that energy, but I've heard across the board so many various ones, and I don't want to like
Mm-hmm.
scare people here, but I've heard a lot of scary ones of geez, I was on another podcast where she was seeing like a nun and it was like terrifying, a scary horror movie nun. And then like when I actually gave birth during COVID, and so I had nobody besides me and my husband in that room, and I decided to
Mm.
go natural because I'm a crazy person and I regret it. And, I had a really traumatic birth experience, and I think I invited in like negative energies because of that, which is really didn't
Mm.
expect that to happen. But those first 2 weeks after I had my son, I had something like following me around in the house, and I had to like really be like, what the hell? Like, how did I do this? And then I sat with it, kind of talked to my guides, and did my whole spiel of like removing blocks and figuring out
Mm-hmm.
who the hell this thing was. And I was like, oh well, I invited it in when I was in that really negative space, and I was really just like vulnerable and kind of allowed it in. And I would say it was more of like a banshee type of energy. But I've heard it all. I've heard it all, honestly. Even if I
Yeah.
haven't heard a specific one, I
Yeah.
would never discount it because it comes through differently for everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
One
Well,
other thing though she said that I just
oh,
want to like make sure I
yeah.
share. What was it? I'm pulling it back. I'm just seeing the imagery. It's like she keeps using this uh electricity going haywire, but I feel like in regards to the trickster, like I feel like throughout her life she was definitely picking up on things, and it's almost like she was picking up on, you know how like if you have a walkie talkie and it's on and somebody kind of like drives by your house and it just like goes off.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like for her. And it was like her
Mm.
wires were like not like, this is the way she's describing it, like they were not crossed right, and so they were
Mm-hmm.
like open and receptive, and I see
Mm-hmm.
it as like just picking up signal.
Mm-hmm.
um
Well, she was
yeah.
diagnosed as manic and as
Interesting.
bipolar, and she had like a, and I know how my husband. She ran down the street naked with lighter fluid in her hand and a lighter in the other, and wanted to burn the street down. And my husband had called the police,
Hmm.
and he went after her, and she like literally ripped his shirt off his back, and
Yeah.
she remembered none of this, and
Yeah.
multiple episodes like this happened that I won't get into, but it was like
Yeah.
there's a lot of weird things like that happening.
that that's interesting, because I wonder then if like something with that condition, if there's
Hmm.
like towards the end of life, if something could happen that just makes everything else just like shut down.
Yeah,
I have no idea. I'd have to like look that up, but yeah,
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, yeah. She was a very tiny woman too. She was like, maybe 95 pounds. Like there wasn't much, and then
Oh
when
wow.
in the end she was maybe 70 pounds. Like she was just a
Holy
tiny
cow.
little woman. Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah, like she was only like 5'1", I think. Like she was just very tiny. Yeah, just a very tiny lady. And it's funny because my
Huh.
kid's the same size as her, and I really feel like they're still connected because she helped raise my kids. So that's why I'm so
Mhm.
connected to her, you know?
Yeah, no, I love that. That's awesome, especially out of a mother-in-law. You don't get that lucky that often.
Yeah, no, didn't never hated her, you know.
Yeah.
I saved her a few times. She was choking on a candy, and I was like, oh my god, and I hit her really hard, and the candy went flying across the room. I'm like, I saved you, I saved you. Like, good thing you weren't eating that alone when I wasn't here. Oh yeah,
Oh,
her
that's
and
so
I,
funny.
her and I had a great time. I miss her.
That's good.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
what about my little Bosco? Just one more for me. Just a little Bosco,
Okay.
my kitty cat.
Bosco the kitty cat. I assume male.
Yeah, he's a boy, and they always called him the Brad Pitt of all cats because he was like the most attractive kitty out there.
Oh, okay, so he's passed.
Yeah, yeah, he
Um,
passed on March the 20th of this year. He had
was he kind
diabetes.
of? Oh, okay, gotcha. I lost my cat last year to the exact same thing. Um, was he kind of like a sandy, like spotted tabby?
He was
Um,
gray and
he was
very
gray.
dark.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, not the right cat then. This is why I'd like to check before I start giving you messages from some rando. Um,
Let me see here if I can get a picture of him.
I'm picking up on like a female cat. Okay, redirecting. We're reading
Yeah,
Jamie's.
I don't have any female
Bosco.
cats.
Okay, I could even be picking up on like a future one, but um, Bosco. Was he really close with your? I'm seeing your daughter.
Oh yeah, my
Yeah,
oldest daughter. Yeah.
because that's like the first image that I'm getting from him is like the connection with her, sleeping in her bed, cuddling with her. But she, no, she does live with you, right?
Well, the one that I have, see, that's him here. If you can see him, okay.
That's the one you have. Okay.
Yeah, that's Bosco. Yeah, yeah. He's
Oh, I
gray
see.
though,
I
but
see.
it looks a little different here. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he's dark gray, and he had a little pink nose.
Okay.
Yeah, I woke up the
Kind of
one
like.
morning and he was all yellow. Yeah, his ears
Oh.
were yellow and his head was yellow, and I had to go put him
Oh man.
down.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. He had jaundice, really bad. He was
Oh, I
15,
see.
so yeah, he had it from the diabetes. I think he
Mm,
was too far gone. But
yeah, that makes
he
sense.
was suffering, wasn't he, the poor little guy, before I
Yeah, I'm
tried to
trying to
help
like
him?
pull him in, and he's a little resistant. I feel like he's enjoying where he's at, and I'm like, come on, come talk to me.
He
I feel like
is,
sometimes animals, they're kind of like, who the hell are you? So I have to kind of explain to them, hey, like I'm here with Jamie. This is what we're doing. That's just kind of like what I'm doing up here.
he had an
Um,
attitude like he was very much a human trapped in a cat. Like he was just
mm,
like a little prick. Like he would like pull out one claw and claw me as I went across the room because he didn't want me to leave, and I was bleeding profusely, or he would just bite you because he didn't want you to do something. He was just so
yeah.
aggressive. But
And he just wants to talk about your daughter for some reason. And I feel like he's trying to show me that, like, I know he was probably your cat, but I feel like he thinks he was her cat.
yeah,
I feel like he wanted to be here for her and all of the things that she was going through. Um,
probably with her cancer too.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's one thing I do know that's not psychic is that your daughter had cancer, but like I keep just getting like him being like, where is she? Where is she? Like and wanting to always be with her
yeah,
or
yeah.
sit with her because I feel like he actually like had an ability to heal her in some way. And I know that kind of seems like what, but I feel like when cats like sit on people, especially like our chest, it's they do that to like help us like
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he was always kind of like, this is my job. Like, this is my job. I'm here for her. I'm here to like help her. So it kind of makes sense to me why he's like, he has an attitude with you, is because I kind of, this is not to offend you or not make you feel like he doesn't love you, but I feel like he's like, I'm her cat, like your daughter. Was he an outdoor cat?
No.
No. Okay.
Well, we let him outdoors on our patio all the time, but he wouldn't go far. He would just hang out on the patio. So he did love going outside. The night before he passed, he spent probably, I'd say, 5 hours on the deck, sitting in between the patio boards and just staring outside. I think he knew that was the last time he was going to be doing that.
Yeah, because I felt like he was telling me he liked being outside, but I wasn't
He
sure.
loved
I was
it.
like,
He loves
is he an
snow.
indoor cat? He loves
He
snow.
loves snow. Yeah, I had a video of him. He was like a little hockey player playing with the snow.
Too cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your question was he in pain towards the end? That's what you said, right?
Yeah, like how was he towards the end? I was like force feeding him and trying to get him food. Meanwhile, I didn't know he had like liver, whatever. His
Yeah.
his organs were failing, and he would just look at me with such sad eyes, like he wouldn't fight me at all. And I was just trying to help him, and he would hide from the needles all the time. I felt like I was torturing him.
Yeah.
And I just felt like, was he thinking I was torturing him, or did he know I was trying to help him? And
No, yeah. He definitely knew.
and was he scared when he passed? Like, that was the other thing Kirsten was wondering too.
Okay, let me come back to that one. I feel like with the before, he was honestly like a little numb to a lot of it, is what I'm getting. Like, you're worried about pain, and I feel like it's almost like he couldn't like feel some of his like organs, is almost what it feels like. And then it's like, but things weren't working, and I just feel like he was so lethargic and so tired.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
And it's more of a sense of like, I can't do the things that I want to do. It's not necessarily being in pain. He definitely had moments of being in pain, but it was like trying to walk around and like achieve things, and then it was just like, oh my god, like I can't do this. It's like frustration.
Yeah.
But he knew without a doubt. Honestly, like I feel like he's kind of saying like, I was doing that all to let you know that I was ready. Because you did the insulin with the needles, I assume, for a while.
Yeah. And he would just hide everywhere, and I couldn't get to him.
You just said that. Yeah. He
Yeah.
didn't like that. He was just reiterating to me. I didn't like the needles, and as soon as the needles started, I didn't want to continue.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's
Yeah.
where he started kind of giving up, for lack of better words.
Yeah, no, that's kind of when things went really downhill. Yeah.
And then your other question was, what was your second question? Sorry.
Oh,
something about when he passed.
Oh yeah, when he was getting his lethal injection there, Kirsten was holding him.
Yeah.
And they told us that he was gone while she was still holding him, and I'm just curious. She's just curious, like, was he comforted by her being there holding him, like he was okay with everything happening to him?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of emotions going on there with him. Like, part of it is I'm scared, I don't know what's happening, but part of it is like, these are my people. Part of it is I know what's happening with my body, and I can kind of infer for like what's going on. And it was like, partly I don't want to go, but then I do want to go because nothing's working anymore. Honestly though, I feel like he almost like mentally checked out before he even like passed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, when
it's
he
almost like he
looked at me,
left
I was
his
like,
body.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I say to my husband. I'm like, he's not him anymore. He's already left, you know?
Yeah.
It was just like the body was just still kind of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt bad for the little guy, man. He I know he wanted to stay.
Yeah. At the same time, though, he totally recognizes that he had
Yeah.
such a long life. He keeps showing it to me, almost like a ruler timeline. Like, okay, how much time I had, and
Yeah. Yeah.
if anything, he's like, I could have even gone sooner, but
Yeah.
he's thankful for everybody trying.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too,
Yeah.
when after he passed, like the next
Mhm.
day, I got I had a conversation with him, and he told me that I needed to go to the Humane Society and save a cat that's there. And my husband's like, "You're nuts. You're just making this shit up." I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Why would I do that?" I'm like, honestly. So we get there, and he gets to the one window, and he's like, "Oh, there he is." And he had his face in the bed, and he wouldn't come out, and he was 12 years old, and he was there
Oh.
for almost 2 weeks, and nobody wanted him.
Oh.
So that's how we adopted Fritzy.
Wait, what does Fritzy look like? I wonder if maybe that's
He's
what I was
orange.
thinking of.
Yeah, he's orange and
Maybe I
white.
was just getting the gender wrong.
Well, I did a. Okay, hold on here. Let me just. Can't see much here with these watery eyes of mine. You got me going, lady. Okay, so he's probably at the top here. Fairly new. Okay. Okay, there.
I haven't
There's
even looked at the
Fritzy.
cat. Okay, that's the cat that I was seeing earlier.
Oh, yeah?
I think I just got it wrong because of the
Yeah.
male, female, and
Yeah, he's orange and he's declawed. Yeah, I felt bad for him, but that's how we got him. But
yeah.
I know why, because he does this to all the furniture everywhere. We looked at him, we're like, "Oh, you did it to yourself, did you?" Oh, so yeah, I felt like he was telling me to go, and everybody was telling me I was crazy. But then when we got there, my husband was just like, "No, there he is. I see him now." He's
Yeah.
like, "You were right. That's who we're supposed to take home," and we took him home that day.
I think so because that was the first thing when I tuned into him is I got that image of that orange cat.
Yeah.
Like dusty cat is how I was describing it with
Yeah.
like lots of colors. And then so yeah, I would take that as confirmation that he was trying to get that message to you of like, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's partly a little bit like I was your daughter's cat and
Yeah.
now you need a cat a little bit. And this cat needs you,
Yeah.
honestly.
It's
Yeah.
funny because yeah, he is the friendliest, cuddliest. Like he loves to like just cuddle all over you, and before he
Yeah.
did like kisses on the forehead, he'd be like, "No, no." Now he just goes in for them.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, yeah, he
Aw.
adopted. You can't run away from love, bud.
Mm,
Okay, well, I really
true.
appreciate you answering these for me.
of course.
And yeah, so I'm gonna look to see if you can see the chat there too, can you, Lauren?
Yes, I've got my phone in front of me.
Okay, well, I'm just looking to see if there's a question here. So, do you feel like it was a great mom to yourself? Okay, it looks like Ash Bro 92's got something here,
Okay.
which is
So
probably
switching into
yeah. We're gonna switch.
readings
So
for everybody else.
so,
All right.
so Ash Bro, okay, asked a question for my little boy Cadence who passed away 5 months. At 5 months old. Oh boy.
Oh no.
That's so sad. So, Cadence, do you feel like I was a great mom to you and your siblings? I miss you very much. And here's another one. If she answers my question, I had to go take my puppy. I'm back. Okay.
Okay.
So, looks like... Okay, so that's who you're going to be answering a question for, Ash Bro 92.
Okay. And Cadence was her son. I'm just looking at this on my phone.
Okay. And if you can give us a little bit more, Ash Bro, don't be shy.
I'm just seeing if I missed anything else from her. Okay. Setting attention. I'm not reading Jamie anymore. Kind of tuning into these. And what I do, I used to be on YouTube doing lives all the time doing readings. That's how I got my channel going. So I tend to like look at the profile picture and the name, because that just helps me set the intention. Okay, I'm reading for this person. Oh, I feel so. Ugh. I feel, Ash, like I feel the sorrow, and it's like I don't even want to go there because it's just so deep and so tough on your end. And I feel like this is your son acknowledging that and acknowledging how horrendously awful this was. And I feel like I don't know how many other siblings he has, but he keeps showing me 222. I feel like 222 is his way of communicating with you, Ash. I don't know if like you see that number often. And I know this is like the last thing that people want to hear, but I am hearing this, and it's like there is this intention of only, I feel like he only came in, like his soul knew at some point that he was only going to come in for a short time, which I know is like, well, that's not what I wanted. But I feel like it's for the reason something happening in the future. I keep forgetting I have cards in front of me. I haven't even like touched them. I feel like, Ash, there's something that's going to happen in the future that for whatever reason, and I just pulled 2 again. I don't know what this is. I feel like you're going to go through like a really hard time. Like, not that you already haven't, but there's something in your future where like mentally you're going to be struggling, and I'm seeing you like going round and round in circles and just mentally not able to get present and being so focused on like whatever's going on in that moment. And I feel like he wants to help you from that side, and I'm getting again full body chills, which is like confirmation. It's like he wants to be able to help you from that side, and I don't feel like he could have done that as well if he was living and off doing his own thing. And I feel like when that moment comes, he really does want you to like receive messages from him, receive love from him, like any energy that you can give, draw on him, because I feel like he's almost saying like he's infinite and he has a lot of like energy. I know you still see him as probably like a 5-month-old baby, but I see him as like, I'm trying to guess, like 7 or 8 years old. I feel like that timing has significance. Maybe when he would have turned 7 or 8, that maybe this will happen or something. I don't know. I'm not really getting the exactities of what it is, but I just see you just like being mentally torn. I feel like it's something with like your husband. I don't know. And yeah, I feel like he's just saying like, I am here to like fill up your cup, fill up your well. I didn't even answer your question. What was your question? Normally I just go with whatever they say first. Do you feel like I was a great mom to you?
Yeah.
The thing is like he's showing me that like the way that he has to answer that is from this other side, because he was so not aware really, and like, you know, he was still growing when he was here. But when he is on the other side, I feel like he's like, well, yeah, I see the full intention. I see the intention behind it. I see the love. I see the goals and the dreams that you had for him too. He's like showing me that future version of like all the things you wanted him to do. I don't know if like dad plays baseball or football or some sort of sports, and maybe you wanted to enroll him there. Like he's taking into account the whole, not just the 5 months. And I feel like you need to do that as well. It's not just the 5 months, it's the whole. Because he can see that all. Yeah. How's that for length? Do you feel like that's, do you want me to like do longer for everybody, or
No. That's a good length. Just
keep
looking through here to see. I wish you could be my therapist.
It's funny. That's what a lot of people say about psychics.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
So, we're not therapists, but I will help you where I can.
Okay, well, here it says, do you hear and see? I hear one of my sons can see and hear. Okay, I'm not sure what kind of question that is. Okay, well, if you have a question, just if you could re-put it in there. So,
do you hear and see? I hear one of my son can see and hear. I think I kind of know what they're getting at. It's
Okay.
Yeah. I think they're talking about like psychic abilities. Like I hear and I see. So hearing is clairaudience. It's not hearing literally. I mean, sometimes it can be where it's like, oh my gosh, I thought there was a phone ringing and there totally wasn't. Most of the time, it's like in your mind where you hear like other voices. And there's a distinction with schizophrenia. There's a line there. I won't go into that right now, but
Yeah.
it's not that. Because schizophrenia is like, you're getting bad messages and they're all about like harming yourself or others. That's not clairaudience.
Yes. Yes.
And clairvoyance is seeing. So yeah, I see and I hear. So if you hear Jay Hammett, then you are clairaudient. And honestly, like one thing is like everybody has different clairs. There's no right or wrong one. It's just which one is your preference. And I always say you can like turn one off and isolate another and say, no, I want to grow this one. That's totally doable because a lot of people really get bummed that they can't see. I'm always like, just do some clairvoyant exercises. And, if you stick to it, you can absolutely have it happen. Even people with aphantasia, people who can't like picture things in their mind eye, if they stick to it long enough, they will start to see things. So, yeah, that was that
Okay.
question.
Okay. Well, I've got one here for the middle child. Her best friend passed away a year and a half ago, and she misses her every day, and she appears in her dreams. Is it a dream, or does she actually visit her? She woke up in tears rolling down her cheeks because it felt so real.
Mm. You know, that to me automatically, I'm just like, as a coach, as a psychic coach, I'm like, trust that. If you felt like it was so real, honestly, it probably was. There's times in dreams where spirits can visit you and it's actually them. And then there's other times where you dream about people, but it's more symbolic. They're like think of cardboard cutout of themselves. It's not that they're actually there, but it's like a representation of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me just like pull a card on like what was actually happening there. Just based on your explanation, yeah. Higher power, like you were definitely connecting to someone
Yeah.
and they were trying to rebuild a connection with you just in a different way. Because I pulled this card in reverse and it's like, we have to start over. We have to figure out a new way of talking to each other. Oh, and I've got my psychic development cards here. I totally forgot that I grabbed these. So let me just ask. Yeah, I feel like I pulled the step up your practice and the ritual card. And that to me says like if this is something that you want to continue to connect to them in your dreams, like you might have to actively put in the work to do that. I have like a dreaming series on my YouTube channel of like how do you actually like lucid dream, psychic dream. But sometimes dreaming is tough because you can't always control it. So there's a lot of other ways to connect with them as well. But either way, you're going to have to kind of get into a practice of like connecting with them. And I feel like that's ultimately the message is like they want you to connect, but they also know that like often when they try to contact us, it's that like they're calling us and their connection is clear, but we're not either able to pick up the phone, or when we do pick up the phone, it's like all garbly and we can't hear them. And so it's about us cleaning out that connection so that we can hear them better. So I feel like that's what that dream was about, is like they're trying to call you and they want you to have a better connection so that they can go back and forth. Okay. Did I answer that
Okay.
fully?
Yeah, you sure did. Okay.
I couldn't find that one on my phone.
Oh, no, no worries. Um, Hi, Jamie and guest. What an interesting okay. I wish someone that I lost could just confirm what I suspect. Do you see Paula Osantosin?
I saw that one. Where did it go?
Right after Jay Hammett?
Okay. Oh yeah, I see it now. Sorry. And guess. Okay. Wish someone that I lost could just confirm what I suspect. Okay. Connecting to Paula. Hopefully I'm connecting to the right someone that you lost. I'm just going to go straight to my guides and be like, whatever it is that she's looking for, what are we confirming?
Okay, she's got a bit more for you here. My
Oh,
partner
does she?
was,
Okay.
yeah, my partner was found dead, but the explanation was given raised more questions than answers.
Mm. I'm immediately hearing some of your suspicions are right and some of your suspicions are wrong. What's right? What's wrong? I'm just pulling some cards here. What's right? What's wrong? I do feel like I kind of feel like this was suicide. I could be wrong, but I do get the sense of this person intentionally wanted to leave. Or if I'm off on that, it could be that somebody wanted to have them dead. And I feel like we're getting really dark tonight.
Yeah, just a little bit, eh?
I know.
Maybe it's my crime shows. I watch too many of them, attracting these people in.
No, you're fine. Because I feel like I pulled the purge card, and I know that doesn't quite literally represent what I'm talking about, but I feel into these cards and I kind of ask how they're related. And I feel like with this purge, it's almost like they wanted to destroy their life, is like what I immediately heard. And then responsibility, like there is some of it that was on this person that passed. Like there is some responsibility that they took that maybe you guys are trying to make them out to be like a martyr or like they were totally innocent. But they had some responsibility to play in this situation. What you're wrong about, I feel like you're not going to find an answer, which is shitty, because I feel like the answer comes from him and him only, the person that passed, not anyone else. Because I pulled the solve card in reverse. It's like I almost wonder if you're not going to solve it. I'll pull a couple more cards. And I feel like with this situation, excuse me, you're so close to it that it's hard to see it from an outside perspective. And so a lot of it is like transcending the emotions around it, which is so difficult, of course. But let me just see. Can we just ask, maybe a better question is what really happened? I wonder if it was related to money. Like,
If you're still there,
like,
Paula, if you want to give us a little more, you can.
yeah, Paula, it feels like I almost wonder if he like lost money, was anxious about money, stressed about money, and he didn't have a good handle on it with the Emperor in reverse. And like, I almost wonder if you hear it all the time, but that's what I'm seeing is like that responsibility being so high of like, I have to provide, I have to do all of these things, but not being able to like show up and have that money materialize. Honestly, like I wonder if like
I'm getting that feeling too. Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. That this was money related and that, yeah. No money problem. Really, eh?
No money problem. Yeah, and absolutely, I could definitely be wrong. And another way to interpret this card, which is where I pulled the money from, Treasure Island, like abundance. And so abundance can be money. Abundance can also be your needs and wants being met. Maybe he felt like his needs and wants were not being met in whatever capacity that looked like to him. And he didn't know how to essentially meet his needs and wants, and that could even be emotionally. Yeah, and you know, my cousin is here. My cousin always shows up when it's another suicide, so I don't know. Again, Paula, if there is something nefarious, sometimes I could be picking up on like whatever that person wants us to believe. Like maybe I'm reading into the fake story, but that's my final answer, Vanna White.
Cute, I love that. Okay, so we've got Tracy Stevens here.
Okay.
Her dad passed away at the end of August of 23. And she often wonders if there was things going on at home that he wasn't able to tell them.
Okay, and this is dad. Let me just find this. My dad passed. I do feel like Tracy, it's more health related that he wanted to hide and keep secret. I feel like I'm just digging up everyone's dirt tonight. I promise this isn't normal. But like, hang on, let me make sure this is not my bias. Yes, they're telling me yes. Okay. Because I immediately got a flash, Tracy, of, and again, I didn't get to say this at the beginning, but if any of this feels wrong and it doesn't resonate, throw it out. You know, like, don't let me be the ultimate one who tells you what is and what isn't. Sometimes I could be connecting. I could be picking up on somebody else in the chat as well. I immediately saw that maybe his sexual preferences leaned towards gay. And I wonder if he didn't frequently act on that, but at least felt guilty, interested in it, and more hid it in the sense that he didn't want anybody to know that real side of him. But I don't feel like it's anything nefarious. But I think what was happening, Tracy, is you were picking up on that just generic air, that energy of like somebody's not being honest. And I feel like then your imagination kind of took it wild a little bit. I'm curious if you feel like that would be spot on at all. But the gay part, I'm like, I'm wondering if that could be your own thoughts as well. But I double checked and I asked.
Yeah,
him.
he was sick with cancer for 5 years.
Okay. I do keep seeing like one room. Like I keep seeing the same like image over and over again of him walking down a hall to a room. And I do feel like there's something in that room that like not anything bad. It was just like that's where he would go to like feel safe and feel alone. And I do see him messaging people. Like honestly, I don't know. Please don't let this like ruin cause family drama. But if at the very least, I feel like he definitely like hid a lot of his health problems because he didn't want to like bother anybody. I just feel like he's a real reclusive guy in general. Doesn't want to like share a whole lot and didn't ever really know how to open up. And he just always hid the things that he was experiencing that was hard behind closed doors. Let me just pull a couple cards. Anything we're missing, Spirit? Yeah, he was definitely exploring things. I feel like that kind of validated what I picked up on. Again, I don't feel like he really acted on it. But it's interesting too because I pulled the card about career, work, business, and then like true calling, dreams, vision. Like I wonder if part of it was just like he didn't feel oh, that was weird. Sorry. I just looked down at my phone to see us and I saw somebody walk behind me in that screen, but obviously it's not like real. Well, it's spirit. So I'm just inviting them all in.
Yeah.
What was I saying? So I don't know. It could just be that like he never felt like he could accomplish the things that he wanted, and he always was embarrassed and hiding. And you were just kind of picking up on that energy of kind of like smallness, hiding, because I feel like that was a lot of his personality as well. Okay. Oh, you said we knew he was sick and your brother is gay. Interesting.
Okay.
Sometimes that is hereditary. I mean, isn't it all the time hereditary? I don't know. I should know these things. No. Sick with cancer for 5 years. Okay, yeah. Who's next? Hopefully. Again, Tracy, like take what resonates, toss what doesn't.
Yeah.
If you're like, this lady's full of shit.
I'm sure some people think of that. Me too. Yeah. It's all good. You take what resonates, leave what doesn't, right?
Yep.
because
Yep.
we're doing this, like there's so many energies going around here, like it's hard to
Yeah.
separate them. I
I
get
that
that.
like that spirit behind me, I feel like that was for somebody else.
Yeah.
Kind of them opening up and allowing it all in.
Well, I'm wondering if it's for Denise because I've been looking here and she wants to hear about her brother, and I'm wondering if it's her brother who went behind you. You see
As long
Denise
as he was
Reagan.
like an uh older in his 60s, it could have been
How old's
what's
that
Denise?
brother,
Oh,
Denise?
she just went. Let's see. I'd like to hear from my brother. Oh, wow. Okay. He just like bam was up in my face like I'm here. Okay, what do we got to say to Denise? I feel like he's messing with you, Denise. Like I'm hearing that brotherly type of like rapport, like from when you're like kids, of like it sounds so immature, but it's like he's like farting on you and like he's like ha 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 and like making fun of you in front of your friends. Like I'm seeing all these like little things play out. I wonder if he was like a younger brother. I guess older brothers could do that as well. Denise, I feel like the first thing he's telling me too is like the type of people he hung around. He's showing me like the group of friends. I very vividly saw his home, um, and the people he associated with, and like they were the problem, but also it's not all on them. Like he could have hung out with other people. Like I feel like this is related to his death somehow. Like I don't know if it was like an overdose or I feel like it could have just been that, like drinking or something. But I feel like the blame is being put on the crowd that he was around. But he's like, you have to realize I chose them. Like I was around a lot of different other groups, and I could have been with somebody else. Anything else that you want to say? Literally just pulled the persona card. The persona card says, I chose to present myself in different scenarios. It's the different roles that you adopt. I feel like he also is saying like he felt like he didn't have a lot of opportunities in this life. And that's a lot of why he like hung out with the people that he hung out with, had the opinions about the world that he had, and ultimately he just lacked a lot of motivation because he felt like he wasn't going to go far, that he wasn't going to have a lot of opportunities. And so I wonder if that led to him like having the habits that he had. Yeah. I just keep seeing him at a festival too. And I feel like he wants you to know that at least he was happy with that group of friends. Like he was happy, he was enjoying himself. It wasn't like it was the one tiny slice of his life where he had a lot of fun. As much as like the group of friends, the people he was around, like I feel like people want to villainize that for some reason. Okay. Who's next?
Well, we've got B 3673. My dad passed in 2021 and my mom a few months ago. I was both their caregivers. It's been hard for me to cope with both being gone. My question is, did I do enough for them? Am I going in the right direction?
Yeah, that's a lot. I'm just kind of looking at the question.
Yeah, no worries.
Like I know your questions, but the answers are not to your questions. I feel like the answers are like, gosh, you it's almost like you've been that caregiver and you've been in that role for so long, and it's so hard. It's going to be a while, before you transition out of that and know like, oh yeah, I feel like you're in like that COVID phase where post COVID when we were all like, do I go out? Do I not go? Do I do this? Do I not? And it was like really confusing. And I feel like that's where you're at right now of like, I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, and
Yeah.
I feel like they're kind of trying to tell you like, it'll come with time. I feel like you have to remember that you have free will. Like that's literally what this is. And you have to prioritize, yourself, your self-care, your wellness. I'm sure everyone is telling you that, but I feel like honestly, like, and I know this might not be what you want, Abby, but I feel like your parents are actually trying to give you space because they feel like they took up so much of your time. And it might be that why you feel a little bit alone. You can ask for a guide, Abby. Like, I feel like, because I pulled the guide card, this is saying like you can try to kind of lean into, hey, who do I have on my spiritual team on the other side? How can I like use that as comfort instead of like seeking your parents? I'm not saying like they won't come around or be there for you, but it's almost like they want you to not be like dependent on them. They're purposely giving you that space for a little bit of a reason. Again, like don't take that as like you can't ever talk to them, but I feel like that's why it's been so hard to cope. Your question is, did I do enough for them? It's like you did everything and more. I feel like that's your mom saying that, and it's almost like they feel guilty for having to put so much on you. Your dad is pissed that like they didn't have like the resources to have somebody else do it. He was embarrassed.
Apparently, he was gay too. Her dad. You were picking up on the gay male, and Abby is saying that the person that you were seeing that was gay might have been her dad. So you could have been picking up on that earlier.
It happens. It happens on these group readings, for sure. Okay, interesting. Yeah, and then what was I saying? Am I going in the right direction? Let's ask. I feel like the right direction is one that feels good, one that feels successful, but I feel like you have to identify what success means to you, because like success before was I've got to survive through the day, which I know is so hard. But success means something different now, and I feel like you're a little bit disconnected for that. And again, you have so much time to figure this out, and I feel like right now it's that self-care. It's figuring out, what do I need. Honestly, like I feel like the book Abby, The Mountain Is You, maybe check out that book. They're showing me that book. And I feel like you're in this process of like trying to separate who I am without my parents and who's left over. And I think you just need to give yourself a lot of grace in that in-between part. Yeah, because you're like, I pulled the card integrate and I pulled ego. It's like you're trying to figure out who you are again and literally who you are in this world. That's tough. And it's not something that's going to happen overnight. They are showing me a compass though. And I feel like I'm just supposed to say like your intuition can be your compass. Whenever you're not sure, should I go left? Should I go right? Should I pursue this? Should I pursue that? That's one of the beautiful things I think everyone should develop their intuition for, is just to be able to answer those questions. Should I relax? Should I not? Should I pursue this job? Should I not? Your intuition is like that internal compass. And especially if you have a guide that you're really familiar with, and maybe it is, your parents, maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe it's your mom or your dad. I feel like they're going to help point you in that direction. Sorry, that whoever that guy is just pacing behind me.
Okay, well, we know who it is. Tammy Fletcher said that maybe my husband that passed from, he was a New Yorker that was impatient, the one that's passing by you, LOL.
Really? I didn't see that, I swear.
Yeah, Tammy Fletcher,
God.
it's like 6 or 7 messages from the bottom.
Okay. Maybe my husband, oh my gosh. That's too funny. I think you're probably right. Assuming it's that like 60s Like I'm getting that age specifically.
Do we have time
I
for
do feel
one
like
more? Or?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Do you want me to do Tammy then?
Yes, do Tammy, so
Okay,
we know who
let's do
this
it.
gentleman is. He won't leave you alone until we read him.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna have to kick him out eventually. Um, and yeah, if you didn't get a reading from me tonight, just know you can always reach out to me for a private reading. I even do like short 20-minute email readings as well. Okay, so Tammy and this guy. I feel like I'm like tuning into his energy, but he's still like hanging out back here. He doesn't want to come too close. He's kind of just like, I'm going to talk to you from back here. Um, I've been trying to get to you, is like what he's saying. I've been trying to talk to you. He's a little impatient with you, Tammy, for not listening. I don't know if you have kids, Tammy. But he's showing me. I should see if you have kids. Tammy, do you have kids? His name was Wes. Awesome. Yeah. Like I feel like it's like a daughter. But I feel like one of your kids, like I'm getting the impression that they're older. Maybe they don't live at home anymore. And he's like concerned about one of them, wants you to reach out. I don't know if you guys gotten in like a little tiff or a little argument.
Two girls.
Or
They
just
have two girls.
two girls. Okay. I feel like even if it wasn't like an argument, it's just like there's some space there, and he wants you to like close that gap. He's being so tough on you right now. He's giving you the tough love, but he's like, you're being stubborn. You need to like reach out and like understand that they're less mature than you, and that they need something, and they say things and do things even when they don't mean it, and to not take that personally. They're still like, I feel like he's trying to explain that they're still like maturing, their brain is still developing. And I think he's talking so fast. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And he's telling me that you, like, whenever they say something that's hurtful, you internalize it a little too much, but they know it's a button to press, and you can't listen to it. You have to like kind of put up that mental wall of like, they don't really mean that, even though I want to sometimes believe that about myself. I'm not going to. What's the best course of action then, Wes? I feel like he keeps trying to like say something that he's always said to you that maybe you didn't listen to him about, and he's kind of like, but it's like on the tip of my tongue. I can't hear it, but I just get that knowing that it's something you guys talked about before and talked about so many times, and he's like reminding you to do that. And I feel like he's saying like she knows. Let me just pull a card. What is it that you want Tammy to do? Okay. Trauma healing deep dive challenge. So Tammy, I feel like he's almost saying that like whatever happens with your daughters, what it is it's triggering your past stuff, your past traumas. And so when you can kind of recognize and understand, oh, that's not really, what's going on here. It's that I'm, still stuck in something that hasn't been healed. That challenge will kind of go away with them. It won't be as triggering or as like such a poke in the wound. And I feel like your daughters are a little immature, and they know how to poke you in those wounds, and they don't do it in the nicest way. But I think he's trying to like talk to you about your reaction to it, and he's saying that your reaction can kind of be like lessened and brought back by doing the work around that thing, so that if anybody were to talk to you about this or anybody were to poke that wound, it wouldn't bother you as much. I just keep feeling like, did she already say this? Like, I feel like he's like a firefighter or something, or he like was in the police, or he did something. feel like he's just trying to confirm who he is, but maybe I'm off on that. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
I'm sorry
just
we didn't get
looking.
to everyone tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I know a
Great
lot of.
questions.
Well, I feel we should do this again. We could do this, once a
Absolutely.
month or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about once a month, but you and I can chat.
Yeah, yeah,
I do a
yeah.
podcast that's once a month right now.
Oh, do ya?
Yeah, and I told you before, but I've got like a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, but we can
Yes.
definitely schedule the next one. We can look at our calendars, but I'm
Yes,
more than
yes.
happy to jump on and do it again.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
let me know when you're free again, and then we'll do it again because I think the
Yeah.
audience really enjoyed this, and I really
Yeah.
feel like
Let us know.
you helped a lot of people. Yeah, definitely let us know and check out her channel. It's Psychic Lauryn, Lauryn. And I put all of the links in the description box below. So you were looking for anything related to her, your courses. Which links did you give me to
Courses,
share that?
community, yeah, the Psychic Development Society. Anyone is welcome to join. It is free. Basically, I do courses, I do private readings. Also hosting a trip to Ireland right now. If you're like, I want to travel, and I am going to choose you today, feel free to check out the information around that. But other than that, I'm all over socials: Facebook, Instagram. My YouTube is like my biggest one. Psychic Lauryn. I'm probably actually going to go live this upcoming week,
Okay.
which I don't normally do. But for my trip, I'm going to do that. So I'll probably mix in a couple readings here and there. So might as well subscribe.
Yes,
Yeah.
make sure you subscribe to her channel, man. I love your channel. I think
Oh,
that
thank
you deserve a lot more traffic than what you get on your channel, and I would love to have you here, and I want you here again so that we can, share this
We should read
gift of ours.
together.
Yes, you know
We
what
should
we should.
we could totally tag
We
team.
we could totally do that. I've seen people do that. Readers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody got a question and we're both kind of giving answers, of our own
I think so.
perspectives. Yeah,
Because I'm
that'd
sure
be
they
cool.
love your perspective as well, but
Oh yeah.
not to put you on the spot.
Yeah. Oh, it's all good. I know people always ask me, where did I come from and how did I develop my skills? And I feel like, we kind of aired that out today, and I got to
Yeah.
learn a lot about you, and I had a great time. So I hope you guys had a great
Me
time too.
too.
And
Yeah.
I'll be chatting with you again soon. Stay in touch, and we'll definitely do this again.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for
Well-
having me.
Well, thank you for coming, Lauryn. Spectacular. Love you.
Adios.
Ciao. Bye.
Adios.
Adios, amigos.
Am I hopping off or am I sticking
Oh, we're
around?
done. We're done. We're off.
Okay. No.
Phew.